Congratulations, Stephanie. This is it. This is your new car, an MGZST Excite. This is the T for trophy. This is the new car. LED lights, big alloys, red calipers. Absolutely stunning. It's a great car. Congratulations. I'm going to take you through a few aspects of the car while I've got the video camera on me, and show you through what you've just purchased. It looks pretty stunning, doesn't it? Okay, the car's going to come with 2 keys. It has a 7-year warranty and a 7-year roadside assist. Basically, if anything happens to the car and you feel like you need to call somebody, you can call the 0508 number that's set up inside your manual, just inside the car. All right, first things first, let's go. We'll go through the remote control. I'm going to unlock the car, and the first thing that lights up are these great LED lights in the front. Okay, and as I've unlocked the car now, if I lock the car, you'll see the mirrors fold in. Okay, so let's go and have a look. It comes with 360-degree cameras, so just underneath there you'll see there's a camera. There's ones in the front and there's ones in the rear. If I want to unlock the car, all I do is push that. If I want to lock the car, it's the same thing. So as long as I've got the keys on me, that they'll open, lock and unlock. Now just inside on the driver's side door, you'll see all your window controls and also your locking controls. Just down here are your mirrors and your light controls. Now on the steering wheel itself, wiper is on the right hand side and lights are on the left. I'll get back to that in a second. Okay, to ratchet the seat up and down, you're doing that here, and then for your control for the back of the seat. I love the appeal of this. It's got the red stitching through the car. It's very sort of top-end designer-esque, and it looks really, really nice. So in the back of the car, you've got plenty of room also. As you can see, the red stitching follows through. It sort of looks like a carbon fibre kind of mix. We call it vegan leatherette, call it whatever you like. That is the new style these days. Oh, by the way, inside this, a gift is for you. Please enjoy. Everything's a compliment to the car, so it's an accessory pack, so you'll enjoy that. Shall we find out what the petrol's like? We'll see. As I push that, I can't open it, so I'll show you where that is. Just down on the right hand side here, one for the bonnet and also one for the gas. So I'll pull that. It'll take us back to the back of the car. We'll get a bit of an idea on what fuel we'll be running. Okay, so no less than 95 is what you're required to run this car. All right, now this is manufactured by one of the largest car manufacturers in the world, called SEAT Motors. Now this is a combination of a number of things. Volkswagen were involved in the interior design, and it's very European. Now from the rear, you'll also note when I want to open the boot of the car, I'm using the MG logo, and as I pull that up, it gives me access into the rear. Now I've got the part of this tray here sitting on the highest level. If I pull it out, slide it down further, I've now got more volume and more room. On the right hand side, I've got my triangle, just in case there was something happened to me at night. I can put the triangle out down the road until someone comes to help. And of course, these little stretchy areas here for holding things like bottles, sports equipment and balls. If I want to put that back up again. Oh, by the way, you've got your spare wheel and your jack underneath the bottom. Let's hope you don't need that. Now I can change that back up to there nice and easy with one hand. And now I've got a light. Also got a parcel tray so I can cover everything off. And all I'm doing is just pulling down the hatch, and she's all closed again. All right, again, we'll have a look from this side of the car. Plenty of space, plenty of room. And then on the left-hand passenger side, again, your window controls. And from this side, it doesn't look too bad, does it? Just inside here, you'll find your information on the car. That'll sit inside there. You'll need that for servicing. As I said, you know, the styling's been European, so it really follows through. Really good looking car, very, very smart. In fact, the person behind you has also bought one because they saw yours being rolled off the line just about a day or so ago when it came off the truck, and said, I want that colour. All right, let's jump inside. Well, let's have a quick look around. Now, what I want you to know is that I'm here for you if you've got any questions, so you can contact me on my mobile or via email. Now, let's jump into the car. Now, we're having a little bit of a look. Once I start it up, of course, we've got the music, and we can change the monitor or turn the volume up and down, or we can just mute it all together right from here. A couple of things are happening. I can see on my infotainment system, we've got the radio station we were listening to, navigation, and then of course our control in here for our temperature. Inside the driver's, where the driver's going to be looking most of the time, this is where all the details are. So rev counter on the right hand side, mileage and speed on your left, petrol down the very bottom there, you can see it's full, and then of course right in the middle there you've got MG Pilot. Well, MG Pilot is basically an assistance mode for you and the car. So it's got sensors all around it, and what it's going to do is monitor anything that might be happening to you, either front or rear. I'll give you an example of that. If I wanted to go in and have a look at my 360 degree camera, I'm going to push 360 degree and I can make some changes. So I might want to put it on 3D. I might want to look at it from the side. I might want to look at the back or in the front. And of course, what it will do is it'll give me sort of ideas on when I'm traveling. As I turn the steering wheel, you can see it's giving me a direction finder that'll keep me on the straight and narrow. I won't bump into things. I'll go back to two-wheel drive. Now that's showing me out the front of the car, and if I stick it into reverse, it's showing me the car right behind us. All right, and of course, it's going to bleep because that shouldn't be there. One little thing that might frighten you on the odd occasion, but you will get used to it as you're driving along and something comes past you. Some of these electric vehicles these days, these scooters might zip past you, don't even know they're coming until they're there. The camera will show up and it will alert you. Even sitting at the lights, I've been in one of these cars and it has indicated that someone's making a right hand turn, and all of a sudden I've got a camera view of the intersection. Very, very cool. So just be aware of that. First things first we're going to do is set up your phone. So as I go into phone and I go to BT address, it's going to give me a code, and I'll be loading that code into my phone. And in this particular case, we're going to be looking for BT 7132. Once I've got that loaded into my phone, I've got Bluetooth. Outside of that though, if I want to go back down, and I'm using this row of buttons down here to access the home button, this is for the infotainment system, I can go across just by touching the little arrow here. If I've got an Android Auto, I can set up my Android Auto, but if I've got, say for instance, an Apple, I'm going to go Apple CarPlay, and of course to access that you're going to be using these this little feature down here. Being a USB, it'll be plugged in only. It's not cordless as yet, but it will be coming. Right, okay, so whilst we're in here, well, let's have a look at the setup. A setup is sort of all the different features inside the car, including your volume, your EQ. I can scroll through here and change it to pop or custom or vocal or classic or rock. Relatively all set up for you and really easy to manage. Sound stage is very much the same. As I move that dongle, or it follows where the sound's going to go. And again, I've got all the control up here on my steering wheel, and I'm able to do that down here also, up and down. All right. Now, heating controls and all of my other controls are just inside here. So if I want to put my aircon on, and let's do that now because it's getting warm inside. I want to get the heat up or lower it down. It's all just by touch of a button and scroll. So relatively simple and pretty easy to maneuver. Now let's get into the cruise control. Your cruise control settings are just down here on the left hand side, and as you get into cruise control, then I can change distances just up inside here. So this is my distance control between the car in front of me and the car behind me. So whilst I'm accessing that and I'm driving along, what I will be doing is making some changes to that depending on what my cruising speed is. So the way that works is, if I happen to be doing say 50 kilometers and I pull up behind a car it's doing 45, the car will reduce its speed and also do 45 as well, until I decide to make a change. I might go into the right hand lane and then zip off. All right, so again, any questions here, let me know. You can set all of that and unset that just by using this here. Right, just the steering column control, it doesn't go in and out, it goes up and down mainly. So I'll set it to where I think it might be, and then other than that, you're pretty well set. This is what I call my library, so I can change the information in my screen. And in this particular case, I'm going to leave out the current speed right in there. I like to see a big number when I'm driving, looking at a needle on my left hand side, so old school. So have a look at the number and then you can judge your speed. P down the bottom there means parking. Obviously in reverse, my camera's going to pop up. Neutral, drive, and then of course I've got right hand side. I pull it to my right and it goes into sport mode. That's basically going to hold the car at a certain speed, or hold it in gear a little bit longer. They call it sport, and that's exactly what it is. Listen, it's been a pleasure working with you. I know you've got a trade-in coming to us, so thanks very much, and we do appreciate everything you guys at Flagship do, and I do appreciate what Dean does. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. We're aiming for around about 10 o'clock. If that changes at any time, I will let you know. You'll be receiving this video later on tonight. Thanks very much. Cheers.